How is it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Clams. I'm Will, down here in Key West, and it is the first day of mini season. And if you're unfamiliar with mini season, what it is, they open lobster season 2 days, recreation only, before the actual season starts on August 1st. So it's the last Wednesday and Thursday of July, and you can go out there. You're allowed 6 lobster per person, and since it's before all the commercial boats have had a chance, there's a good amount of lobster out there. But the only drawback is that it is absolutely frenzied. So I mean, people come down from all over Florida because the Florida Keys have really good lobstering, and they just go absolutely crazy. So it gets really chaotic out there with boats and everything. So I am gonna do a shore dive and try to stay away from all the boats. It is very early in the morning, and we'll be at the spot in about 20 minutes. So just to give you an idea how frenzied mini season is, a couple of weeks ago, Madeline and I were paddling out in this spot. We passed over a basket sponge that was loaded with lobster. Completely random spot. So that was in the back of my head, my fail-safe, like, okay, I know there's going to be a lot of lobster there. I get here, and I don't know if you can see off in the distance, but there is a boat. There's a boat directly on that spot. I mean, what are the chances? Anyway, I'm going to get in the water, tool around for a bit, and hopefully we could come up with 2. If I get 2, I'll be happy. All right, let's jump in the water. Holy cow. Okay, this guy is huge. He got back in there, and I thought I was gonna lose him, but holy cow. All right. Mini season has started.
Oh, God. Look at me. Oh, my God. Oh, God.
We're good. We're good. Whew.
Holy cow. There we go. Wow. Oh my God. Look at the fish. Holy cow. Holy cow. Holy cow. Hey. Okay.
Guys, I don't even know if I have to explain how good that was. That was hands down one of the best mini seasons I've ever had down here. Maybe it's because of the warmer water temp or whatever it is. That spot was loaded. So I didn't feel bad about taking my limit. I'm not gonna come out here for the second day of minis. I might. There were so many. But this is a pretty good haul. I mean, we got our 6 limit and 2 beautiful spider crab. I'll do a separate recipe with those, but I couldn't be happier right now. I got out here at 7 and it's just a little bit after. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. It's pretty awesome. All right, let's head back to the house. I don't even know what to say. This guy, holy smokes, that's a big lobster. For down here, that's a jumbo. Oh. And yeah, these 2 crabs, that's gonna be a separate recipe, but wow. Like I said, this was hands down my best mini season as far as just getting in the water, getting my limit, and getting out. That was insane, and you guys saw how many lobster were there. I mean, they were just walking past me. I didn't even realize I was in such a frenzy. I caught 1 extra and had to throw 1 back at the end there, but that big guy, the first lobster of the day, that was it. My day was made. The rest is all just bonus. This is crazy. All right, so I've had a couple of people mention it and ask for it. We're gonna do it. Let me make sure my screen's clean there. Yeah, lobster mac and cheese. And for it, I'm actually gonna use the bodies too, because you know me, I like to use the whole animal, not waste anything. We're still gonna wring the tails, but then we're gonna use the bodies to really enrich our lobster mac and cheese. So I'm gonna show you how to clean a couple of these guys, and then later on we're gonna get to cooking. So you've probably seen spiny lobster wrung before the tail's taken off, but I'll show you again. Another thing we're gonna do is take the knuckles, but one of the things, so this guy is alive. If you're squeamish, look away now. But if you go right in, and that is it, that lobster is dispatched. He's gone. So that is the most humane way. It's very quick. So now we go up and around and underneath and around. And what you're seeing there is nerves firing. Trust me that lobster is gone. There you go. Now, to get the poop chute out, the vein, that right there. Break off the antenna. You can go up and a twist and then out. Now you have your clean tail ready to be frozen, ready to be cooked, ready to go. So now the knuckles, there's a lot of meat in the knuckle here. So almost like the tail, you just follow around. There you go. And that is a ton of meat that gets thrown away. People wring the tails and throw the heads away, and they miss out on all of that because they don't like cracking them. But we are. Okay, I'm gonna clean up the rest of these guys and we'll get to cooking. So also one of the things I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna use these bodies as well, is just, there's a little bit of guts and stuff in there, so I'm just gonna spray them out. That's it, and they're ready to go. So I have here heavily salted water, And it was salted with Himalayan pink salt, so that's why it's got that little bit of a hue. Now, normally I would do my tails about 9 minutes, but because this is going into the mac and cheese, which is going to be hot, we're going to do them for 8 minutes. And because this guy is so big, he'll go in first, and then we'll wait about a minute, throw in the others, and then in the last 2 minutes, we'll put in the knuckles. Okay, coming back up to a boil. Now I ripped these guys and put them in the fridge, so they're a little bit cold. So we'll put them in, gradually bring it back to a boil, then put in 2 more, back to a boil. But since we're pulling them early, I'm not that worried about it, because even if any of them are a little bit undercooked, we're gonna pull them and put them in the hot mac and cheese, so not a problem. All right, in about 6 minutes, we'll throw the knuckles in. Okay, now the knuckles. There we go. We'll let this ride for 2 minutes. Then we'll pull everything out and put it in an ice bath to stop the cooking. All right, now we're at the 8-minute mark in total. So we'll go into the ice bath. Might have to take some of that ice out, because we want those fully submerged in there to stop the cooking. All right, I'm gonna sort this out. I'll be right back. Okay, that's a little bit better there. So we're gonna let these sit and completely cool down for probably about 10 minutes, and then we'll pick them and chop them up. So real quick, I'll show you just how I do the tails. Roll them up into a ball like that. And then they come right apart. And then these guys I'm going to cut in half and then dice. And now we'll do a knuckle. So I actually want to get all of this out and lay it down and just show you what one antenna looks like. So just to give you an idea, for every lobster head where they ring the tail and then they throw out the rest. I don't know why I can't get that piece off. But you get the idea. With that piece, that big hunk, and I mean I have 6 lobster, so 2 of these per lobster, 12 pieces like that, and that gets thrown away most of the time. So don't throw away your knuckles or the antenna. Yeah, they're a pain to clean, but it's worth it. Okay, so just to prove my point, this is all the antenna meat, minus one of the antennas that I did earlier. But, I mean, that's a lobster roll right there. you know? So next time you go to throw those heads away, think twice, because that is all inside the antennas. And yes, it's like crab legs. They're a pain to pick and it's time consuming, but that's worth it if you ask me. So one of the things that I hate about lobster mac and cheese is that people just make they just make mac and cheese and then they throw chunks of lobster in. So what I want to do to really get the flavor all the way through is take these leftover bodies and we're gonna roast them in the oven really quick, and then we're gonna steep them in the cream that we're gonna use to make our cheese sauce for the mac and cheese. So that way the lobster flavor is gonna get carried throughout the entire dish and not just the chunks of lobster. So I have my oven set to 350. I'm gonna put these in for about 10 minutes just to get them going, and then we're gonna put them in the cream. So what I have set up here is going to be a double boiler. So we're going to take the lobster bodies, put them in this bowl, then add our cream. And the reason why is because I don't want the cream to burn or scorch. I don't want it to even come up to a boil. I just want it to steep. So this method gives an indirect source of heat, and we'll keep that cream at the right temperature to get the lobster to infuse throughout it without making it taste horrible from burning. And I'm using half and half because we're gonna add so much cheese to this that I don't need heavy cream. And the half and half will be fine. Now once this comes up to temperature, I'm gonna let it steep for at least 20 minutes just to get all that flavor in there. This guy's not really touching, but we'll push him down in there. Now one of the things I want to point out too is that these lobster bodies, I let them sit, and what ends up happening is that the blood oxidizes and becomes a dark black color, which is going to tint our cream, but I'm not that concerned about it because I know it's not affecting the taste in any way or anything. But if you want it to be a little bit prettier, use the bodies right away. While my lobsters are steeping in the cream, I'm going to shred my cheese. Now I have Parmesan, Gruyere, which is like a Swiss cheese, sharp cheddar, and Fontina, which is a soft cheese which is going to melt really nice and make that really just perfectly creamy and thick. So we will get to grating. So while my cream is steeping with the lobsters, I'm going to cook off my pasta, get that done, and set that aside because I actually want that to cool down. So salt the water, wait for that to come back to a boil, and throw our pasta in. And of course, I got shells. It was either this or elbows. I went with shells. I figured it'd be better to hold the cheese sauce. We're gonna cook these for about 10 minutes once it comes back up to a boil, so that they're nice and al dente when they go into the cheese sauce, and we'll finish them in there. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. Pasta is al dente, so I'm gonna sift this, oil it, and let it cool down. And by sift, I meant strain. Okay, lobsters are ready to come off. Put it through the strainer. Perfect. And that already smells like lobster mac and cheese. So there's a lot of lobster flavor in our cream already. Exactly what I wanted. All right, let's get our cheese sauce together and put it all together. So first thing, butter and flour, because we're gonna make a roux to thicken everything. So this is gonna be equal parts. Probably could have cut that up to make this a little bit faster, but it's all right. And we add our flour. Now, I don't want the flour to take on any color. We're just cooking it off just a little bit so it's not raw. And that was, I don't know if I said it already, but that was equal parts butter and flour, any kind of roux. Okay, now start adding our cream. And if we have to thin this out, we'll just add a little bit of water. There we go, perfect. It's almost like pancake batter, a little bit thinner. But that is going to thicken up as we slowly add our cheese. And you just add a little bit at a time. Let it melt, add a little more, let it melt. Now I'm gonna add to that just a little bit of garlic salt, not too much. And I'll stir this until all that cheese is melted, but it should be velvety smooth like that. Oh yeah. That has so much lobster flavor in it already. Oh man, this is good. All right, now I'm not gonna dump my pasta into there because we might have more cheese sauce than we want. So what I'm gonna do is put my pasta and my lobster in a separate pan, and then we're gonna add this sauce and stir it in. Okay. We're gonna move this one. And, all right. In goes my pasta. That is enough pasta. We might use all that cheese sauce. We'll see. And our lobster. Actually, I'm going to turn the heat off of this because that is plenty hot. Oh yeah, we're probably going to use all that cheese sauce. But I'd rather do it this way and add it as I go than dump it in and have too much. Now I know a lot of people put breadcrumbs and bake it with a little bit of cheese on top. We're not doing any of that. We don't need that. This is going to be good as is. That is ready to go. Actually, I'll add just a little bit of black pepper. All right, you know these two faces.
I'll take this one. I've already messed with that. Wow. Wow.
All right.
This looks like a good time.
Like crap.
Like nap time. Actually.
Yeah.
Good, I need one.
just try the pasta first. Mm.
There is a lot of cheese in there, but
Holy
hopefully,
creaminess.
It's so, I would say it's just so creamy.
hopefully
Oh
a
my
lot
gosh.
of.
Wow. Oh man, yeah. That's just. It is what it is. It's lobster mac and cheese.
But it's not like an overbearing flavor of
No,
lobster. It's
no.
perfect.
All right,
It's spectacular.
I'm already digging in. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's
It's so creamy.
Pretty good.
it's pretty good. I'm at a loss for words because it's really really good. If there's anyone out there that's lactose intolerant, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Or if you have an allergy to shellfish, I'm also very sorry.
Oh,
I don't think I can do it. I hear about people that just have that come up in life.
Oh gosh.
Like later on down the road, that would be a basket case.
Yeah, this was an excellent mini season. I've avoided doing this because it's like lobster mac and cheese, but in my head I was like, how can I elevate it and do it better? And steeping the cream with the lobster carcasses, whoa. Oh yeah.
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 Whoa.
Nailed it.
All right, guys, I'm gonna sit down and enjoy this. Thanks for coming along on this adventure, and I will see you on the next one.
Later.